This won't really matter. A very first challenge, I should say. Our game, or before the All-Star game in 2011, and six Chris Webber, Steve Kerr, and Kenny Smith chose players that have made multiple appearances in All-Stars. Very sorry. I wonder if this is sorry guys. So basically they chose guys that literally played in the All-Star games. And so in today's video, I'm actually gonna tell you um as you can see, I chose the Pacers mostly because they got my Reggie Miller got my guy Hakeem Olajuwon. But let me go on the way I took pictures and how they were presented. If oh, I forget there's two sons. Okay, so in Charles' team, it was Allen Iverson, Moses Malone, Tim Duncan, Reggie Miller, James Worthy, Jerry Lucas, Davy Collins, I think. Uh, there's some names I can't remember the first. Here he is. Deron Williams, Kevin Durant, and there was no Moses Malone, so I actually had to search up, okay, how would these guys compare to these guys, or what's a modern one? And some guys were very mysterious, as you'll see in a bit. But Moses Malone, the closest one I think they said was Amari Stoudemire. I think I got most of this team down. I hope the minutes are there. So let's go to Kevin McHale's team real quickly. Okay, so Kevin McHale's team, this was literally anyone who played for the Celtics, that's who he chose. One name will not be there. He is the legend. He is the man for the Celtics, but because Steve Kerr took him in with his first pick. So Larry Bird's team was, Kevin McHale's team was Larry Bird, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Garnett, John Havlicek, Bob Cousy, Sam Jones, Nate Archibald, Rob Parrish, Paul Pierce, and Tom Henson. I'm sorry, probably did that wrong. Uh, Again, there are a couple of names that I had to replace. You might not see Nate Archibald, but they said supposedly if you get Russell Westbrook in a fantasy draft or whatever, you should feel special because that's how Nate Archibald was. He was a double-double person. I don't know. I'm sorry. Bob Cousy, I think, yeah, I don't think I got him. So and supposedly he was his closest comparison was Drew Holiday. Now I did get all my facts from Bleacher Report and different websites like that. So this isn't necessarily like my opinion. Maybe there could be a little differences. So now to the team that I actually am controlling. Reggie Miller's team, which he chose Michael Jordan, Hakeem Olajuwon, John Stockton, David Robinson, Charles Barkley, Ray Allen, Jason Kidd, Alonzo Mourning, my bad, Dwayne Wade, and Steve Kerr. So you're like, how does he was the third person with the choice, and you're like, how does he get Michael Jordan? Well, basically, Charles Barkley made a mistake, and he chose Allen Iverson. I think he was going for all-star appearances or something like that. I think he might have more though, MJ. And then he took my favorite player, Hakeem Olajuwon. Again, you will see some names. Maybe I did mention like Jason Kidd. I had to substitute so Rajon Rondo with the Celtics when he was not in his prime. He was awfully very young, but you know what? Someone I guess even at a young age would compare to J Kidd. Let's go to Chris Webber's team real quick. And Sacramento. I think this is a better team than what you guys have, but obviously, you guys are rebuilding. So Chris Webber's team was Will Chamberlain, Oscar Robertson, Isaiah Thomas, Dominic Wilkins, Kevin McHale, Patrick English, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm kind of tired. Patrick Ewing, Alex English, Chris Mullen, George Gervin, and of course himself. You're like, whoa, you didn't say Kevin Garnett. Well, they said Chris Webber. There was actually one person who compared a couple of these guys that are legendary. He put Chris Webber, Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan, Dirk Nowitzki, and I think someone else, but like most of these guys were already taken, so I said, go with the next big thing. Now, if you do realize, this is the Garnett from the Celtics team, not from the Minnesota video. Real quickly, like towards the beginning, I gave him the prime Garnett because he said, I'm going to take a player that that he's played for the Celtics, he brought us a championship, and a player that I was proud to pick up in the draft, and he chose Garnett. So I decided to give him prime, but I gave him the next big thing, the Garnetts that actually brought, the Celtics a ring. So you know what, Sack, you just gotta write Garnett now. Next is Steve Kerr's team, and if you want to hear some of these names that they gave him, I'll probably do it at the end. So sorry Chicago, this is your team. This is the man I was talking about, Bill Russell. Obviously, Kevin McHale was like jokingly mad that he took Bill Russell, but it was okay. They could not do any trades, so if I chose, let's say the GOAT, Anthony Bennett, I cannot trade him. But why would I trade him? He's one of the best. But Steve Kerr's team was Bill Russell, Scottie Pippen, Kobe, LeBron, Karl Malone, Steve Nash, Dwight Howard, Dirk Nowitzki, Dennis Johnson, and George Hill. I think he was the only guy that I had everybody with. Sorry, guys. I had to choose the post-prime version of Dwight Howard. And I didn't really feel like creating some of these guys, It was already towards, like, today, like, very late at night, like 3 or 4, when I was doing this, and I was very tired, so I was like, just do it, and whenever I want to do it, I'll upload it. Alright, so last but not least, let's go with Kenny the Jet Smith's team, which consisted of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic Johnson, Julius Erving, Jerry West, Clyde Drexler, Gary Payton, Kurt Hawkins, or Curdy Hawkins, I forgot, Elvin Hayes, Elgin Baylor, and himself, Kenny the Jet Smith. And what's funny is he kept joking, like, I never got to play with with all of these legends, but, Hakeem was one of them, but, like, he always wanted, I guess, to feel like he's done something well. That's not Kenny the Jet Smith. That's Kenny the Jet Smith. So you know what? He got himself at the end. Now, I'm not gonna go back to the teams, but Charles Barkley's team with the first pick, Allen Iverson, last pick, Bob Lanier, was called the Rebounders. Kevin McHale's team, first pick, Larry Bird, last pick, Tom Heinsohn, was called the Big Green Machine. Reggie Miller's team, first pick Michael Jordan, last pick Steve Kerr, was Boom Baby Daggers. Chris Webber's team, first pick Will Chamberlain, last pick himself, was called the Super Friends. Steve Kerr's team, first pick Bill Russell, last pick George Hill, was called the Luke Longley Express. And last but not least, Kenny the Jet Smith, first pick Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, last pick himself, Kenny the Jet Smith. I'm sorry, I keep saying that a lot. And his team was actually called Aim High. Now, since it is late at night, everybody in my house is actually sleeping, and I don't want to sound loud, so I'm sorry, guys. Right, so I'm just hoping. I did sort of fix the minutes. Shoot. I should have gone with every team. I am so sorry, guys. I don't know if I can do this. Can I choose? I don't know how to choose multiple teams here. Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't know, yeah. Obviously, you're like, okay, how did you come up with some of these teams, like, where to go? Um, I just chose either the best years or somewhere where we can all recognize them. Okay, I did get the exact ones. Ooh, I don't think the Rockets are mine, though. Yeah, wrong Rockets. Oops. Um, so like, for Kenny the Jet Smith, it was actually kind of it was actually kind of easy, my bad, because this was the only team he was on, and he played with Hakeem. Uh, I did give each and every one of these guys the best versions, and if like that Kevin Garnett, I gave Kevin McHale's team the prime Garnett, but I gave Sacramento the champion Garnett. So I'm gonna go with the Pacers. Normally they're not my team. Mostly it is this team, Houston Rockets, that are my favorite. You know, James Harden. Now we got Chris Paul. But since he did get Hakeem Olajuwon and the other GOAT, MJ, we're just gonna go through. Um, so sorry guys, I'm a little new to this. Sorry. Trade. So this is injury free. So we're just gonna see, you know, and right away 3-1. All right. I am gonna stop towards mid-season. What? Back-to-back losses? Um, it really doesn't matter. This 2K generated. I guess we could lose to the Warriors. I don't really think so. um, I want to talk to you guys about something. Those of you who watch this video, you guys are awesome. I'm relatively small. So, you know what? Shout outs to you. I don't think you guys would be commentating right now or anything. Just let me check right now. I doubt it, you know. If I get one view, it's because of myself, you know. Yeah. Yeah, so, but anyone who watches this video, shout outs to you guys, or girls, whoever watches this. Relatively new. Like my bio says, I want to get to 100 subs, but, you know, if I don't, that's okay. If I do, alright, you know. Um, I'll really appreciate it if you guys do like this video. If you watch it, if you give it like a thumbs up, I'd really appreciate it. If you subscribe, you know what? You guys are real MVPs. And if I grow to 100 subs, or even if I just grow to 10 subs, you know, I'll be happy. But I'll try to make YouTube videos. Everybody says NBA 2K17 is pretty much dead. So right now we're 41-15. The the Houston Rockets are 53-4. The 95-96 Bulls. This is the one where Scottie Pippen was the best. Are 52-5. The Celtics are 49-6. Sacramento are 52-5. So we're right behind the big green machine of Kevin McHale's team and of the 95-96 Bulls. Can we choose a West team? Okay, so the Rockets clinched the playoff spot. Simple. Even the Rockets, you know, both Rockets are in here. Yes, that's my team, man. Then after us, we got the Kings, and last but not least, we got the 03-04 Phoenix Suns. Man, I'm kind of tired, guys. To be honest, I actually have a headache. Oops. I actually want to talk to you guys about something. I don't know if it's just me, but I've noticed if you guys have heard of this YouTuber called CSB. If you watch one of his videos, I'm like months behind, but in one of his videos, he shot a three with James Harden, and like got the ball. It was it was his team's ball, and they were down by like three or two, or maybe they were down by one. He inbounds the ball with I forgot who, but they give it to James Harden. He shoots it, he makes the three, and he's like, "Bro, that's crazy." With 1 second or 2 seconds left, the Warriors call a timeout. Someone inbounds the ball, pass it to Kevin Durant, full court. Kevin Durant shoots it, makes it, and he lost by 2 points, I think. And that has happened to me twice in my career, and in this. I'm like, luckily, I did not lose either of those games. But I will say, if it came down to the wire and that happened, if you know who CSB is, I suggest you go watch him. He did it was called the New Look Rockets, I believe, with Chris Paul. And if you see one of the, it's like I think towards the middle of the video. If you see, he puts it in like, I guess you would just for you can see and you can read it, like he puts it on the screen. He says if you want, lower it down because it's about to get loud, and he yells, and I did the exact same thing. I was pretty mad, even if we were winning. But anyways, back to our video, guys. James Harden wins the MVP. Joel Embiid, Rookie of the Year. Sixth Man of the Year, Magic Johnson. Thought I start him. Defensive Player of the Year, Hassan Whiteside. Nikola Jokic, Most Improved. And Coach of the Year is David Yeager. I am assuming of the Sacramento Kings. If this record still stood, they would tie the 90-something Chicago Bulls. 95-96, I believe, or 97-98. 72-10, man. I'm still disappointed that the Warriors got it, but you know what? They're just so many guys. So no one makes All NBA first team, alright. Okay, no All NBA second. Okay, so LeBron makes it for the 95-96 Bulls, which is Steve Kerr's team. Wow, no one makes it. Alright, all defensive. Michael Jordan, Reggie Miller. One of Reggie Miller's players makes it. I'll just leave it at that. And then the modern LeBron makes it. Of course, we had no rookies. Alright, so we're gonna see who are the league leaders. Steph Curry, Kyrie Irving, Kawhi Leonard. Alright, blah 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 blah. All-star participants. So MJ made it. Hakeem the Dream made it. There we go. And that's it for the East. Wow. Oh, my bad. Obviously need glasses. LeBron made it. Both LeBrons. And for the West, Elgin Baylor made it. And wow, well, Magic got Sixth Man of the Year, but he didn't make it. Alright. Alright, so conference, Warriors, you're done. The best record belongs to both the 85-86 Bulls, all Celtics, and the 95-90s. Did I say Bulls? Such a dummy. 85-86 Celtics and the 95-96 Bulls. 74-8, 74-8, tied for the best record. Perhaps they didn't get either of them didn't get Coach of the Year, or fine, they get the record, but you know what? Sack. Not even the Rockets, and they won 73-9. They literally tied the Warriors record. What? But somehow the Kings, I guess. You know what they said? You know what? Anyone who coaches for the Kings, you're the real MVP. So Boston first road record, they both had um tied for conference record, but surprisingly, the division Celtics never lost. Wow. And you know what Kevin McHale said? If I put the original team and 2K, wasn't being so rude or mean with some of these legends, so that way they can be in the game. I think he said 39 championships between all his team. And if you look at his team, if you picture the guys I said originally, you know, multi-champ guys. I mean, I did put this a 10-man rotation, I believe, so hopefully all the guys that I got, yeah, 10 man. I don't know why Ron Harper's there. There must have been a trade. I am so sorry, guys. Or I think I put him there and I just don't realize it. I'm a very dumb person, when I'm very sleepy. Um, so obviously I just don't see how. Oh, I think Reggie Miller chose Charles Barkley. I would have put Draymond, but then I thought about it and I read an article where it said Draymond's more defensive and Charles is more offensive. They're totally different opposites. And they said the closest comparison was Zach Randolph because they're both offense, have good offense supposedly, and they're nice on defense. Pretty sorry guys. Ugh. Pretty debatable there, but you know what? You don't question it. So it was the Celtics, the Bulls, then the Rockets, then the Kings, and us and the Suns tied for the same record, but I think we would be ahead of the Suns. So on the West it was Houston, Kings, and Phoenix, and then fourth, the modern Houston. So anything can happen. Ooh, so the disrespect, man. Really? Come on, 2K. I was gonna say something, but I'm not gonna say it. Right. So in the first round, the 93 or 94 Houston Rockets go up against the Timberwolves. Oh, the Suns go against the Warriors. That could be a good matchup. And the Kings go against the Nuggets. This is sort of like if you just recently started on MyGM or something. So obviously you're gonna have Paul George back with the Pacers. As you can see, the team I am controlling. If he's still here. Oh no, I traded him. But you're gonna still see guys like Jeff Teague. What's a good example? The Jimmy Butler. Um, Here you see you still have Jimmy Butler and Dwayne Wade here, Robin Lopez and those guys. So this isn't the up to date roster. I just basically decided to leave it like this. I'm sorry guys. If you wanted like the up to date, I'm very sorry. Um but in the now that we covered the West and the East, we got Celtics versus Celtics. We got us, the Pacers versus the Wizards, and the past Bulls versus the modern Bulls. So we'll see how that goes. We're gonna simulate round number. Yeah, we're just gonna simulate round number one, guys. I'm sorry. Alright, so we survive. We sweep the Warriors, Wizards. The Bulls sweep the other Bulls, so the 95 advance. And the Celtics, easy work of their Celtics of the modern. The Rockets sweep the Timberwolves. The Suns sweep the Warriors, but surprisingly, Sack couldn't do it. Couldn't do that nice sweep. So that way we can have all 6 teams sweep. Um, like a clean sweep in the first round, but it's okay. So in the next matchup in the West, we have the 93-94 Rockets versus the modern Rockets. Sorry, I like this song. It's pretty catchy. The Sacramento Kings versus the Phoenix Suns. The 85-86 Celtics versus the Milwaukee Bucks. The 95-96 Bulls versus us. So hopefully we will not get eliminated. I actually am gonna take this game by game. Just put always simulate. All right, so we win game one. Sorry guys. Excuse me. Ah shoot. Alright, in the first game we won 121 to 104. The second game they beat us 98 to 95. So this is a close game if you know you're like what's going on. The second game Chicago won. Alright, so we tied it 2-2. The Kings are down 1-3. Never know if they'll blow a lead. Houston is Houston, the 93-94 is not tied. They're up 2-1, and the Celtics are up 2-1. So, I mean, I could see these two teams like being equally matched, but somehow the Suns are pulling away. But these teams, you know, the Celtics and the Rockets should make easy work. Well, I would understand the Rockets, but not the Celtics. Come on, man. Ooh, 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 did you guys see that? It's now 2-3. I don't know. Celtics, Rockets, don't blow that 3-1 lead. You know what? It doesn't really matter which Rockets make it. Either of them might get destroyed, so Sacramento has been eliminated. We have been eliminated. You hit me with the speed of sound. So if I'm going to tell you the truth, guys, I actually would go with Houston. I have Kareem, Magic, Jerry, Julius, Gary Payne, Elgin Baylor, Clyde the Glide Drexler. I had to put Sean Marion in there. Dirk Nowitzki, the out of prime one though. Kenny the Jet Smith, and that is it. But mostly I am a Houston fan, actually all around Houston fan. Astros, Texans, and Rockets. So any of you guys who watch other sports, go ahead, roast me in the comments for, you know, choosing the Texans, or choosing the Astros, or even choosing the Rockets. You know what? Go ahead. It's alright. You know what? At least I support my own state team. You know, other people here in Texas, you know, one of my friends actually supports the Pittsburgh Steelers, and my other friend who's a YouTuber, if you guys, I'm pretty sure you guys don't know him, his name is Fireboy. He hasn't done an upload recently or a broadcast recently. He's been off for quite a while. I don't know if he just hides his online status. I don't know what's up. But he is a Philadelphia, my bad. He is a Philadelphia Eagles football fan. And he is an OKC fan. Guys, if you just saw the Bulls swept the Celtics. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I mean, yes, this is a good team. I mean, I gave him the prime Dirk Nowitzki. But to sweep these guys, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, 6 90s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 90s. Okay. Alright, so the Suns. You know what? I'm a West fan till I die. Anybody from the West, I'll support you guys. Yo, am I really that dumb and didn't control these Suns? Oh my god, I tell you guys, I'm slow. I'm very sorry. I must have passed them. Alright, so I got these Suns here. And there you have it. Charles Barkley team with Allen Iverson. Everybody made fun of him for being that dumb, and Reggie Miller for capitalizing and getting MJ. His team, the Rebounders, ended up beating Steve Kerr's the Luke Longley Express team. And Tim Duncan is your Finals MVP. We all miss you, Tim. I might be a Rockets fan, but you know what? I miss Tim Duncan. But you know what? Hope he enjoys retirement. He really does deserve it. He, in my opinion, is one of the best power forwards. I mean, I'm gonna tell you guys the truth. I feel like when you think of Tim Duncan, you think, especially if you're a Spurs fan, one of the best power forwards of all time. 5-time champ, so many times NBA All-Star appearances. But you know what? Some of the best. I mean, obviously, I would put Tim Duncan first, but right behind him are some of the guys that we forget: Kevin Garnett, Dirk Nowitzki. You know, I've noticed that a lot recently. That a lot of people, you know, they just forget some of these guys. Especially the fat man that eats donuts, Charles Barkley, Karl Malone. Yeah, a few of them maybe went to go get different champions. Dirk has always been a Mavs for life. You can't blame him. He only won one champion. That was the best team he ever had. Maybe there was a second time when he first went up against the Heat, and maybe he should have won that time. People argue. I actually saw a documentary on it, and I don't know if he blamed his relatives because the second time he went to the finals or something, he actually told them like stay over there in Germany, I believe, and like he was gonna like they would watch him from there, and he won his first championship. We all know that. It's just funny. I think he should have won 2 championships, but then my man Dwayne Wade would only have 2 championships. It'd be a tie, you know, him and Nowitzki 2-2. Or if Nowitzki won that second time, he would have the advantage 2-1. But oh well. Well, no, because he beat the Thunder and then he beat the Spurs. It'd be like a 2-2. Anyways, going off track. But yeah, we really need to appreciate other guys. You know, we can't take some of these guys for granted. You know, because guys like these, like Dirk, like they're not gonna stay for that long. You know, already we've had Tim Duncan and Garnett retire. We need to appreciate some of these legends. Even if we don't like how they play, you know what? It's like Kobe Bryant. All of us, most of the people in my school didn't like him, and you know what? I bet you on the last game he played, you know, people were like, "Oh damn, you know, no longer gonna see the Black Mamba," you know. So we just really gotta appreciate some of these legends. I've noticed some of them have actually gotten like disrespect from, you know, NBA fans. I'm not saying you guys. Maybe there's someone out there. So you know, I appreciate them, even if I don't like them or I never liked them. You know what? If it's their last game, I'm gonna appreciate them. Heck, if I had all the money in the world, it was their last game, I would buy their jerseys right there and then. You know, I would probably fly myself. If it was Dirk Nowitzki's last game, it was a home game, fly my butt to Dallas, pick up a jersey, watch the game, and appreciate greatness, guys. I'm not saying he's the greatest, but you know what? He deserves to be right up there. I mean, he got a ring, unlike Karl Malone, who failed, and Charles Barkley, who failed when he joined the Houston Rockets. So we gotta appreciate guys like that. But other than that, that is it from me, guys. Enough about me ranting. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I will really appreciate you guys. If you would like for me to do another type of challenge or something, this is my own challenge. But I didn't come up with it. It was someone else. Actually, you know what? I think I have it saved. So let me go check that out real quick. If you guys want to watch it. I actually took screenshots so that way, okay, this is the team I'm going to make. And just what team to put them on, that was just random. You know what? Random. It popped out on my home on YouTube. So I was like, oh, that's cool. It's called the NBA Greatest Players of All Time. By the Air Jordans Blitz. Alright, like I said guys, if you like this video, if you enjoyed this video, like the video, I really appreciate it. This is like the third or fourth time I say it. Subscribe if you're new, and if, you know what, if you want to check out two of my friends that have done YouTube, I highly suggest you go see them, or highly recommend you go see them. One of my friends did get injured, so I don't know if he's gonna get back on and start broadcasting. I actually asked him, but I was away for a little while, and we never got to collab. But my friend, the Thunder fan, his YouTube channel is actually called Fireboy. There might be several of them, so the way you can look them up, like I've always done, is just put sniping montage, Fireboy, and it's gonna be the first video. And for my other friend who got injured, shout out to him. He's really one of my closest friends. They're real good friends, but my other friend who injured himself, he's one of my real good friends. His name is hyped_real. Those are their YouTube channels, and if you guys, you know, hopefully we can do something, even if it's just commentary, because I know this was pretty quiet, this was pretty boring for you guys. I'm really sorry. It's really late. I'm very sorry for that. I can't control it, but it's the only time I guess I get to do videos like this. But enough of that. This will actually be the end of me. So this will be Clutch Kid with one thing to say to you guys. Peace. Enjoy the rest of your day, and hopefully you can join me for another video. Bye guys.